Oh, I already fucked it up. Hey, it's Sue.
And Megan in the restricted section.
And today we're going to show you what we got on Bag Day at the library sale.
Yes, and while we do that, we're going to be drinking Superfuzz from Elysian. I think that's how you say that?
Yeah, I guess so. And it's a blood orange pale ale.
Yes. Let's give that a go.
I have I just brushed my teeth with this tooth powder stuff I have, and so I have a really bitter taste in my mouth. So I feel like that might have
influenced your...
I don't know. I might have to wait because I'm not loving it right now. But...
It's kind of bitter.
Okay, maybe it's just the beer. I can't tell if it's the beer or my tooth powder.
Tooth powder. Tooth powder.
Yes. Okay, so our library sale on the last day does a thing where they have, you can get a grocery bag, like a paper bag, like such, full of books for either $5 or $1, depending on which section you go to.
Right.
We always just go for the $1.
We like cheap books.
We went yesterday, and we were gonna film right after our vlog, which I think we'll put that up first.
Yeah.
But then we weren't able to, so
right.
we're filming the next day
now. And it was super busy.
Yes,
and
it was
kind of
crazy.
picked over. So
yeah, and we were trying not to get too many books this time because in the past we've just like filled a bag with all kinds of random crap, and then we're like, I don't know that I really want.
Why do I have this?
So
what is this?
We tried to be a little more selective.
Yes.
I still went slightly overboard. I got 10 books for $1.
And I got 5 books for $1.
So I paid 10 cents a piece for mine.
Still only paid 20 for mine. 20 cents a piece.
Although one of mine, as you'll see, is unreadable.
Oh.
But we'll get there.
We'll get there. Alright.
So I guess I'll start since I have more.
Why don't you go first? And you can do 2 and I'll do 1.
Okay, that works. So, first one I have is How Evan Broke His Head by Garth Stein, or How Evan Broke His Head and Other Secrets by Garth Stein. And this is about a man who's 31 now, and he's kind of like washed up a little bit. Like he used to play guitar, well, he still plays guitar, but he used to be like in a band, and now he teaches guitar, which, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but
right, but I'm sure
I guess it's not what he wants to be doing. Right. And then his high school sweetheart is killed in a car crash, and he finds himself responsible for a 14-year-old son. Oh. So, I thought, I mean, honestly, the title is what really grabbed me, How Evan Broke His Head. Yeah. But it sounded like it could be good. So, that's the first one I got. And then next I have Chance Acquaintances and Julie de Carnilhan by Colette. This is 2 short novels in one, I guess. And I just saw Colette and I don't know, I just want to read her stuff. So I grabbed it. Yeah. And let's see. It says Julie de Carnilhan tells of the complex relationship between proud but impoverished Julie and her former husband, the Comte de Despivant, who has remarried a wealthy widow. And in Chance Acquaintances, Colette visits a health resort accompanied only by her cat. While there, she befriends the handsome Gerard Haume and his invalid wife Antoinette, and is unwittingly caught in the mysterious, disturbing events which befall them. Oh shit. So, hopefully those are good.
Hopefully they are. I got House of Sand and Fog. I feel like this one's pretty well known.
I didn't know you got that. I didn't see some of the ones you got.
I just snatched this one right up. I can't remember exactly what this is about.
I read it. I actually own it.
I've been wanting to read it.
I read it a long time ago. I think it's about, if I recall correctly, this woman loses her house. Right, and then a family, like an Iranian, are they Iranian? I don't remember. Yes. Family of immigrants moves into the house, and then like shit happens.
Shit happens. Yeah. I've been wanting to read it. I just haven't ever, so I found it and snatched it up.
You got it even though it said Oprah's Book Club?
Even though it said Oprah's Book Club. I'm kind of a judgy snob and I don't like...
She's prejudiced against Oprah's Book Club for some reason.
Because I don't like Oprah.
I don't know why. Because she picks really good books most of the time.
Well, this is the second book I have with Oprah's Book Club on it. Because I have...
I think I have a couple in here that have one or two.
Oprah, I'm trusting you. Don't fuck this up.
I think Beloved was an Oprah's Book Club book, if I'm not mistaken.
But that's Toni Morrison, you know, like she's recognized. I mean, she's good. I mean, it's I have a thing.
All right, the next one I have is The Saint Zita Society by Ruth Rendell, and I never heard of this one. I just thought it sounded interesting, and it's kind of, it sounds like a little bit of a horror thriller type thing. It wasn't in the horror section though, or the thriller section. Was there a thriller section? There's a mystery section.
Mystery section.
It's about the residents of a place called Hexham, which is like a fancy neighborhood maybe.
Oh, okay.
Or maybe it's like an estate. Because it says they have a valet and stuff. But it says like Dex, the disturbed gardener, thinks a voice on his cell phone is giving him godlike instructions. Commands that could imperil the lives of all those in Hexham Place. So, I don't know. It sounded like it might be a fun, creepy read.
Sounds kind of cool.
And Stephen King blurbed it.
Oh.
No one surpasses Ruth Rendell when it comes to stories of obsession, instability, and malignant coincidence.
Well, hell's bells. That sounds like it'd be pretty cool.
And the next one I have is My Year of Meats by Ruth L. Ozeki. And I've heard some people talk about this. I've never read anything by her, but I can't read this one because it's fucked up.
Oh no.
I did not notice until I got home that some of the pages are cut. Well,
oh shit.
They're like cut off, but they're printed like, I thought someone had just like cut the top off of them, but no, the top is here.
But the bottom
was cut off, so I think it was printed incorrectly.
Oh shit.
And it's like several pages in 2 different places. So, yeah, this book is
it's unreadable.
Garbage. So, it's gonna go in my retired books pile for me to do something fun with it.
Right, something crafty. I have Native Son by Richard Wright. So this is the story of a black man who kills a white woman in a moment of panic, and it's his story. It's in the 30s in Chicago. So I have Black Boy by Richard Wright, but I don't have this one.
Alright, next I got The House on the Strand by Daphne du Maurier. She's kind of another one of those authors where I just saw something by her and snatched it up. I have yet to read anything by her either. I do have Rebecca, but I haven't read it yet. I'll probably read that before I read this. But let's see what this one's about.
Let's just see.
Let's see. It says it concerns a young man's experiments with hallucinogenic drugs.
Oh.
And his travels back and forth in time to the mysteries of 14th century England. That sounds really interesting.
Well, shit, that sounds like fun.
It says it's an ancient/modern Gothic tale. So, I don't know. It sounds really good.
Yeah, that sounds really
cool. And I've heard pretty much only good things about Daphne du Maurier in general. So, next one I have is A Lesson Before Dying by Ernest Gaines. And this one, I feel like maybe I'd heard of this before. I'm not sure. It's an Oprah's Book Club.
Well,
but this is set in a Cajun community in the 40s and is about a young black man who unwittingly becomes involved in a liquor store shootout in which 3 men are killed. And he is convicted of murder and sentenced to death. Yeah, sounded good. I trust Oprah.
You go ahead and trust Oprah. Go ahead.
Except, what was that one book that she chose for her book club and then she got pissed and like...
Oh, because that guy didn't... It wasn't like
A Million Little Pieces?
Yeah. Yeah, so she called him out like on her show. Alright, I have The God of Small Things by Arundhati Roy.
I think that's close at least.
Yeah, I can't.
Roy.
I can't pronounce things. I don't know. So this is set in 1969. I had to look up what it was about.
Oh.
It's set in India, and it's about fraternal twins and their family. Looks like.
I have that book too. I haven't read it yet. Alright, next I have The Mist in the Mirror by Susan Hill. And I didn't only get this because the author's name is Susan.
But, you know.
But that helped. This is another one that sounds like it might be kind of creepy and cool. It's about a man who kind of idolizes this pioneering traveler, and so he's kind of, you know, traveling where that man, following his footsteps. And then he reaches this place called Kitty Scar Hall. And things get weird. He starts seeing strange apparitions, and somehow like some creepy weird things happen, and he's like, his life becomes more intertwined with this traveler he idolizes than he ever expected.
Well, hell.
And then next I have Life After Life by Kate Atkinson. I've been wanting this book for a while because it sounded really good. It's about, I believe it's about a woman who can live multiple lives. Like she keeps being reborn, which, you know, that just sounds cool.
Yeah, that sounds
any way you
awesome.
slice it. But I've heard that this is pretty good. And I've almost bought it on several occasions and never did. But, you know, I got it for 10 cents.
Right, so there's really no better
And I
way to
really
do it
like
than that.
this end paper.
Yeah, that's really pretty.
It's like bunnies and birds. Yeah.
Yeah, that's super pretty.
Is there birds? No. Yeah, there is. I was like, did I make that up?
No, it's birds. Alright, and I got The Symmetry Teacher by Andrei Bitov. And I guess this was translated by Polly Gannon. I assume it was originally written in probably Russian. But yeah, I just thought this kind of sounded cool. Yeah, it is Russian. It says it's a metaphysical mystery novel. The Symmetry Teacher presents itself as the echo of an older British novel Bitov once read and had long forgotten. Unable to even recall the name of that novel's author, he reconstructs its literary vision through the fog of memory, creating a group of stories nestled together like one of those dolls, those egg dolls that fit inside each other.
Russian doll?
Yeah, but it's not what it's called.
No.
I'm not even going to try that. It takes us through a curious series of episodes. A man meets the devil on a park bench, and the devil shows him photographs of the fall of Troy, Shakespeare's legs, and a terrible event that will take place in his future. A young poet fleeing his past is stranded on a windswept island and tormented by a lover and her shape-shifting evil twin. So it sounds like a bunch of weird stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm for it.
Alright, next I have The Sound and the Fury by William Faulkner. And I actually don't have any idea what this is about.
Okay.
There's no synopsis.
Nothing.
I mean, it's, you know, it's a classic, so other more well-informed people might know. But, yeah, I've never read any Faulkner, so thought I'd check it out.
Give it a go.
And then my last one was Fate.
It was Fate. Fate wanted Sue to have this book.
This is another book that I had been wanting and had almost bought a couple of times. And then we were about to leave, and I saw it just like discarded on a random table somewhere, and I was like,
"Ooh, I need that."
Mine. But it is Super Sad True Love Story
Wah, wah.
by Gary Steingart. Now that I said I really wanted it, let me see if I can remember what it was about. This is a dystopian novel, and it follows this man named Lenny, and he's kind of a loser and considered kind of weird because he loves books. And he's in love with this younger woman named Eunice, and I don't know, he's just kind of like the oddball out in this dystopian society. It says he vows to love both Eunice and his homeland, and is going to convince his fickle new love that in time, without standards or stability, in a world where single people can determine a dating prospect's hotness and sustainability with a click of a button, in a society where the privileged may live forever but the unfortunate will die all too soon, there is still value in being a real human being. And it's supposed to be really funny, so
Awesome.
Hopefully it'll be great. I saw kind of like mixed reviews of it on, seemed like either you love it or you hate it kind of book.
Okay. So it's kind of polarized. The last one I got was All Clear by Connie Willis. This is the second goddamn book to Blackout, which I didn't realize was the first book in anything, because I wasn't paying attention. And so I found this one, and so now I can read the second one and find out what the fuck happens. But basically, these time-traveling historians go back in history and observe it. So they're kind of college students, so they each have a project. Like one guy was observing heroes in history. And so he goes to different points in history and observes like people who did heroic things for his project. Well, 3 of them get stuck in World War II and can't get back because their, points where they're supposed to go back from won't open. And so they all get stuck there. So the second book explains like why they're stuck there, because they think that someone fucked up and altered history. And so now they don't know if they can get back.
It's really lucky that you found that.
It was very lucky that I found that. I was very happy.
So that was all our dollar bag day books.
Yes.
I bought some more books on the first day of the sale when everything was still like full price, which was still
Not
cheap.
much, but yeah.
But I'm probably just gonna do like a big ass book haul here in probably next week, because this week I think I'm gonna put up my wrap up. So probably next week I'll put up my big ass book haul, because I also have book outlet books, so of course I do.
Of course.
And then I'm putting myself on a fucking book buying ban.
Restrictions.
Because I don't have room in my house.
No room.
For them.
No fucking room.
No, I have books just like stacked around my living room right now. It's terrible.
God damn it.
I look like a hoarder.
Book hoarder. I need another bookshelf already.
The Superfuzz, I'm not loving it. It's
No,
not terrible.
It's okay. It's bitter.
Yeah, it's like bitter in a bad way.
It's not good bitter. It's like bitter and dry.
It's alright though.
It's okay.
Superfuzz.
Superfuzz. Which is honestly the whole reason I bought this, because it was called Superfuzz.
Alright, so that's going to be it for us. If you've read any of the books we got, then let us know
What you think of them?
Yeah. And there'll be links below where you can find us other places on the internet.
If you're not already subscribed to the restricted section, you should do it.
And we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.